back to Y'all Hearing This podcast edition.
Period. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. My name is Kay. Thank you guys so much for coming back and joining us.
Yes, my name is Honeybee, or you can call me B. Thank you for coming back.
That's right.
Come sit down.
Yeah.
Come hither. Come here.
Come chill out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, tea time.
That's right. We're spilling some tea. We're sipping some tea. I don't know how much tea we're really spilling, but maybe. You never know.
We're a little thirsty around here, so I need to get quenched.
Always thirsty. If you see any of our ET's reactions, you can tell exactly how.
Listen, they can get another pop. All the pops in the world.
Yep.
Child, well, tell everybody what we're doing this week. What was our theme? And I need all the tea on the song you picked.
Absolutely. So we this week we're doing old habits, bad habits, falling off the wagon, the things you just want to get rid of, you know. And so for mine, I kind of there's of course there's always things in your life that you want to kind of but the one that kind of stuck with me was kind of those toxic relationships in your life. And it can be friends, it can be love, it can be, a family for sure. But those people that just get stuck in your head somehow or the type of person even, you know what I mean? Because there are definitely like types that people go back to a lot, I found,
Yeah.
And just knowing when to be like, yep, no, that's not it. Let's move on. Let's do something that's a little bit,
right. Or when it's just toxic.
Yeah.
Just toxicity.
Yep.
Understand.
And it's not even
Sit mother down.
The toxicity of my city. I love that song. It's not the song I picked, but
right.
But it's a good song.
Yes.
I haven't heard that forever, actually.
I know, right? Ooh.
Now we'll have to listen to it. But yeah, so I picked a song. It's super fun, and the video is super fun, and it has Jungkook from BTS in it, so we had to do it. So it was Charlie Puth, Left and Right.
Yes.
So, and this song is very much about trying to move on, but they're still stuck in your head. The video is super fun. You definitely go check it out.
Oh my god, that video was so funny.
I know, especially him on like hanging out to the.
Went underneath the car. I was like, oh Lord.
So yeah,
he needs some milk.
Yeah. So it's a breezy pop track about yearning over ex-love. Marks Charlie Puth's first official collaborative release with BTS's Jungkook. So they have done some lives before, but not like a song. Right. So he first teased it on TikTok, February 25th, 2022, originally as a solo song. And then he tweeted teasing a dream collab with BTS. And then at the beginning of June 2022, he dropped several hints and TikToks that it was going to be with Jungkook. And then he officially announced it on his social media with a video of him and Jungkook working on the song. And I have seen some videos of him talking about how great it was to work with Jungkook and like how like he literally would be like, all right, can you sing this? And he would just sing it. It would be like perfect first take kind of thing.
With Jungkook?
Yeah, Jungkook, yeah.
Now, did Jungkook...
Jun. So it's Jungkook.
Oh, Jungkook.
Yeah.
Okay, Jungkook.
Yeah. You can call him JK too.
Oh, okay. JK. Is JK the first member in the group to... Because I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting who the first member is to start their military...
No, Jungkook's the youngest. Jin is the oldest, and he just started.
So Jin's the one that just started. Yes. Okay.
Jungkook is 25, so he just turned 25.
Okay.
He's the youngest member.
Okay. Because that's what I've been wondering. Like, I'm trying to remember. I'm so bad with. If y'all haven't noticed, listen.
That's okay. I'll learn the names for both.
Horrible with names.
And if you need them, then I have them in my super weird brain.
You want to hear something funny? I've been doing hair for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
And in the booking app that I use, it has over 700 names in it.
Wow.
When I say I don't remember anybody's name, child.
That's a lot of names to know.
I have clients that come in that have been coming to me for years. Like, horrible with names. So if you know me, you know I'm horrible with names. So forgive me.
Yeah.
JK, forgive me, baby. But that's dope. All right, so anyways, guys.
So Charlie Puth said about the song is simple. You can't eat at a Michelin-starred restaurant every night. Sometimes you just got to get a burger and fries from McDonald's. 3 chords, fun, and not about anything super heavy. I love that dichotomy of how BTS's music is very well produced, very crispy, very bright, and the song is the opposite. Jungkook's voice is usually associated with big, bright, powerful K-pop chords, and put it under that Red Hot Chili Peppers type of bass grunginess. I really like that combination. And he also said, it's about me singing about the inside of my brain, how these memories will haunt me from the left side of my brain to the right side of my brain. You hear it in the audio session, it sounds exactly how the lyrics sound. So when he does sing it, you can, if you listen to it with headphones, he's like, I can hear it over here, I can hear it over there, you know, and it does switch sides, which I thought was cool too. So it's off of his 2022 album called Charlie. And let's see, it was written by Jacob Kasher and Charlie Puth, produced by Charlie Puth, with Jungkook. But it was and one of the recording engineers, P-Dog, which is BTS's engineer. So, but yeah, and I've seen a couple interviews and things like that they've given. I know Jungkook is a huge Charlie Puth fan, so this was like a huge honor for him, and really was excited about it. But yeah, I love that they're getting to work with all sorts of different artists, and they can absolutely pick and choose whoever the heck they want to work with.
Right, of course.
Because, oh my god, I can't wait to show you. Suga worked with Psy. He produced and did a song by, it's so funny. It's so good, so good. I can't wait to
see.
they've all worked with so many people. And then, of course, RM just had his new album, and he worked with Badu,
I know Anderson .Paak.
I love those songs. There's, we need to get into that too, because that whole album is so good. If you have not watched it or listened to it yet, Indigo, go watch it. Go listen to it. Not a skip. They're so good. But yeah, I just love that he got to work with him, and yeah, it's such a fun song.
Is this JK's first kind of solo venture outside, as far as collaborating with a really mainstream American artist?
Well, so BTS as a whole has worked with a couple of people.
Right, but I'm saying solo, yeah.
I think it might be his first US artist.
Okay.
I believe he has done some things with a couple of other Korean artists, if I'm not incorrect. He has done a couple solo songs for OSTs and things like that. He did one that Suga produced actually too. Suga's a huge producer. He's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs, but
so dope.
But yeah, he does a lot of BTS stuff too. But yeah, and he actually Jungkook this past month he performed the theme song for FIFA, the World Cup.
Oh, word!
And performed it at the opening ceremony.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and it was with an artist. I'm not sure what country they're from. Okay. It might be Qatar, because that's where the World Cup is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's very it's very world music kind of heavy. That's really it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was cool too. So yeah, he's definitely doing some other stuff too, and he's so talented. I can't wait to hear.
I'm excited. Speaking of talented, Charlie Puth, right?
Yeah.
He is. I know we talked about this a little during your reaction video, but he's pitch perfect, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it so? I've always wondered, and I don't know if you've ever looked up into it, but I've always wondered how so what does that mean? You hear people always say that they're pitch perfect or they have perfect tone or whatever the case may be, but it's a legit thing. So I'm is it something that, somebody that's pitch perfect every time they hear somebody talk or somebody sing and it's not in tune? Is it one of the things with no matter where you hear it, it's oh my God, that's not in tune, that's not in tune, that's not in tune. Is it one of those?
I don't know. He might have that too. But I think it's more if you hit a note, if you're C and you play a note, he can immediately go, hit that note. That sort of thing. And I can kind of when I hear songs, I kind of do that too. You know what I mean? You get to be almost mimic it, you know? But yeah, no, he can he probably I believe, because I think I've seen this on talk shows and things like that, someone can say, okay, D flat, and he'll hit it, you know?
Yeah. Like, I was watching him, he actually Charlie Puth did an interview, and it was on a podcast that I believe is called The Songwriter's Room.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. And it's such a really good one, and I promise you I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll put a link.
Yeah, we'll put a link. But it's dope because it's this podcast that literally it's called And the Songwriter Is.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's called. It's called And the Songwriter Is. And it features all these different songwriters.
That's
and
cool.
he was on it. And the person that was interviewing him actually literally was just asking him songs, right? Like that he produced or that he was a part of. And they would be like, what key is it in?
Yeah.
And like right off the grip, he'll just like he'll start humming at the top of his head and be like, C major.
Yeah.
And then like and they would be like, holy shit. And then they would like, and then they would start asking him other songs, like popular songs or whatever that were out. And he would be like, that's in this key and blah, blah, blah. And then they would look it up and be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like that is so mind blowing to me just because I'm like, oh, like imagine having that plethora of knowledge in your head when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wonder if Beyonce is like that because she is in my mind.
Maybe. I'm sure
You never
she's done some
know.
studying.
You never know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, let's get into yours.
Yes, I did. So
Similar vein of thinking of mine too.
Yeah, so
A little different, but yeah.
a little different. So when it came to trying to break bad habits or old habits or whatever, I chose a song that's basically about being the other person. And the song is about relishing in being the other person. But I figured, I was like, this is a bad habit that people probably do want to break, or that they maybe just want to break apart from somebody who has a side person, whatever way you want to look at it. It's just, I thought of this song because I'm like, it's like there are people who are that other person, and it's all they know how to be. And it's funny because I know that we talked about this. I was like, I can't imagine what it's like, and which is one of the reasons why I picked this song. I can't imagine knowing what it's like to only get hit on or only receive some sort of affection from somebody who's in a relationship or married all the time, every time.
Yeah.
Like, imagine trying to reach out to like single people and nobody responds to you or nothing, but the people that do respond to you are people that are already in relationships or in other situations. And I'm like, I can't imagine what that does to someone's self-esteem.
Yeah.
Never mind the fact it's like, most people are like, well, if this is all I can get, then this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
I want to feel love. I want to feel this. I want to feel that just like everybody else. You know what I mean? And
I just think,
it's just,
so here's my thing. Absolutely no judgment.
yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
I think for me personally, it would kill me to know they're going to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Because like for me, there's like that love, and then there's the physical. You know what I mean? And like you can separate them, but like I don't know, it's because you're never really with that person.
No, ever. Like you literally are only good enough to be the side chick.
Yeah.
Or side dude.
Yeah.
Or side person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like
it would kill me.
It's
Kill
just
me. I would like it might be fun for a little bit, but
well, and that's what I'm saying. It probably kills them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can only imagine that that's a habit that they want to get rid of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know their worth. They know their worth, and it's like they want more.
So much more. Yeah.
So
and like we're not talking about like polyamory. Like people like absolutely. If that works for you guys,
that's fine.
Do it.
But we're talking about like if two people are in a committed monogamous relationship, and they don't know, that's what we're talking about. So I picked a song by a group called Xscape. And they are
amazing.
the legendary Xscape. Let me just throw that out. And the song is called My Little Secret.
That's right.
So, let me give you guys a little history on Xscape first, and then we'll jump over to the song, because Xscape, I've been really itching and wanting to do something like with Xscape. So I'm going to give you guys a little background on Xscape.
Okay.
So Xscape is an Atlanta vocal quartet who became one of the most successful R&B groups of the 1990s. They were signed to Jermaine Dupri's So Def label. As a matter of fact, they were the first act in history signed to Jermaine Dupri's So Def.
Nice.
Jermaine Dupri's So Def is legendary. It houses so many incredible artists like Da Brat, freaking Jermaine Dupri himself, you know what I mean? Not only his own music, but he is the driving force for all of Mariah Carey's hits that she had later on in her career. And he's produced and done so much for so many artists. Like Jermaine Dupri is a living legend, okay? Yeah, period.
Absolutely.
So to be associated with him is a big deal.
Yeah.
They were first signed, they were the first act signed to Jermaine Dupri's So Def label. They released 3 platinum albums and 5 top 10 pop singles, including the #1 R&B hits Just Kicking It and Who Can I Run To. The group consisted of Candy Burris, who is from The Housewives of Atlanta, Tamika Tiny Cottle, or Tiny is also known as T.I.'s wife.
Oh, okay. That's I was like, was it T.I.?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the sisters Latasha and Tamika Scott. And they're really well known. Xscape was well known for their relatable lyrics about love, as well as their tracks that infused R&B and hip hop. Mm-hmm. All 4 members took turns singing lead. And Candy Burris is the contralto from Xscape, and she's like the one that's known for her voice.
Yeah.
Just the uniqueness in her tone.
Yeah, contraltos have such a beautiful tone and voice. I went and saw. Sorry, this is very.
No. Go ahead.
I went to go see a version of the Messiah, and they had a contralto instead of a soprano singing the part. Oh, it was so beautiful.
It's so crazy. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Beyonce and I think Mariah Carey are both contraltos.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Is contralto where you're like alto, but you can also sing soprano, but you can also sing.
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah. Okay. Which is like dope.
I don't know what the specifics,
but I feel like that it means like you can kind of like.
You continue. I'm gonna look up the
definition. So Xscape's first album was called Hummin' Comin' At Ya, and it had the song Just Kicking It, as well as the second single, which is called Understanding. Just Kicking It went to #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Understanding went to #8, and then they had their second album, Off the Hook, which had the second single, Who Can I Run To, became a huge hit for them, and went to #8 on the Hot 100, as well as their other songs, Can't Hang and Do You Want To. They also collaborated with other groups and other artists like MC Lyte on her single Keep On Keepin' On, which hit #10 on the Billboard Hot 100. They also did a remake of a song called Am I Dreamin'? And then in 1998, they released their third and final platinum album, Traces of My Lipstick, which had the lead single, The Arms of the One Who Loves You, which went to #4 and #7 on the pop charts. And the second single, which was my choice for this week, is called My Little Secret. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and give the definition of contralto because now I'm interested.
It's actually the lowest female voice type.
Oh.
So it's fairly rare, similar to the mezzo-soprano and almost identical to that of a countertenor, which is the male.
Maybe Mariah and them are mezzo-sopranos.
Maybe. So it's typically between the F below middle C, F3, to the second F above middle C. Although at the extreme, some voices can reach the D below middle C or the second B flat above middle C. The contralto type is generally divided into the coloratura, lyric, and dramatic contralto.
You know who probably is a contralto? Now I'm thinking of like artists like India Ari. I'm thinking of Brandy. I'm thinking of.
So it's a very rare type.
Yeah.
So they may not be quite there,
like not there, but like that's who it makes. Jasmine Sullivan. Those are the people I'm thinking of. Yeah. That's dope. So. By 2001, Xscape had broken up, and then they had a reunion in 2005 without Candy, and then they stayed separated up until about, I think it was about 2017. They finally did a reunion.
Nice.
They performed on the BET Awards, and then from there they went on a comeback reunion tour that ended up selling out. And they recently were on the Soul Train Awards and received basically like the Soul Train Lady of Soul Award, which is basically like lifetime achievement thing. And unfortunately, to kind of go with the history of girl groups, for some weird fucking reason, they're even when they were receiving the award, there was like so much tension and stuff. And they have this whole new show coming out where they're doing like a huge comeback tour and they're recording another album. And literally, mind you, over the last 2 years, Xscape has finally gotten their flowers. They've been getting all these different rewards and like, I'm sorry, not rewards, awards. And, you know, and it's what all of us fans have been wanting to see, and it's unfortunate because now there's drama again, and now the girls, you know, for whatever reason, they are not performing as a quartet anymore. Now it's just 3 of them and one on the outside, and it's just like, it's unfortunate to kind of see all this history where it's led to, but you know, hopefully they get it together and they can make it work, because they have so many bops, and you know
about the song.
So the one that I chose is My Little Secret. And so when it comes to My Little Secret, it peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 2 on the R&B chart. There's not much about the song other than that it's a song that is all about being the other person. And the song talks about sexual relationships on the side while cheating with lyrics. Everybody cheats, but you gotta know how and you gotta know when. Which is not something we promote. No. But hence why
it is not.
This is something that needs to be broken. This how it needs to end.
Yeah.
But the song was sampled in Lil Wayne's song Little Secret, which came out in 2010 with Bow Wow, and the song itself was produced by Jermaine Dupri and Manuel Seal, and it was written by Manuel Seal, Jermaine Dupri, and Latasha Scott from the group. And lastly, just to give a little tidbit, 'cause y'all know I'm a music nerd, after the group broke up and everything, Candy and Tiny went on to make songs together. Yeah. And they ended up doing...
Did we do one of her songs, Candy?
Yes. Yeah, so we did Candy song Don't Think I'm Not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, like, and she used to work with this producer named Shakespeare. But anyways, Shakespeare, Candy, and Tiny produced a majority of the album that skyrocketed Destiny's Child. So The Writing's on the Wall. So they did Bills, Bills, Bills. They did Bugaboo. Yes. They did all those songs. And then they also did TLC's No Scrubs.
Wow.
So it's like they were able to carry on outside of the group. Yeah. And it's just kind of cool to see just members within a group get their flowers.
Yeah, so, for sure. You know what's funny? I'm sorry, you said Bugaboo. It always makes me think of Bugaboo Creek. Do you remember that restaurant?
I never ate there, though.
I know, me neither.
I've never been, but I just remember Bugaboo Creek. Oh, my God.
Every time I hear that song name, I'm just like...
That makes me think of Ponderosa.
Yeah. Aren't those even around anymore? That was like a cafeteria type, right?
Oh my God. And you walk in with the big buffet. I used to always go for the fried chicken. Yeah. Oh, it was the fried chicken wings that Ponderosa. Oh my God.
I have not had fried chicken in so long. Oh, now I really
What type of friend would I be if I did not make you fried chicken as a whole black man who comes from a family that does nothing but soul food? And y'all know I can cook, and if you didn't know, I can cook. Yes, I will not. Look, I'm not bragging. But I work very hard.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Well, hey, I am not ever gonna say no to homemade fried chicken.
I'm gonna bring some.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm gonna bring some fried chicken over. We're gonna be sitting here eating on camera.
Right. Wouldn't you like to be here?
Right. This is that ASMR now. Y'all hearing this crunch?
I love it. Oh man.
But yeah, so that was my long-winded choice. Xscape because I really
No, they're
love
super
them.
talented. Yeah.
Them.
I knew I had like heard the name before. I don't know if I'd heard that song before, but I've definitely heard them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
But that's awesome.
And we're just gonna kind of maneuver over since we're talking about bad habits and stuff. We're gonna go over to the section.
That's right.
And we're gonna talk about our own habits or things that we want to change in this new year.
Oh.
So I think for me, I'm gonna sit and think about it. So I'm gonna let you go first.
You're such a...
I'm actually ready. I just thought maybe you were itching at the bit.
No.
Do you want to think about it for a second?
No, okay.
You got it? Okay, go ahead.
I think my first thing is to stop self-doubting as much because literally this past year I taught myself how to edit videos. I taught myself how to YouTube. I taught myself how to make a podcast. I taught myself how to edit audio. I taught myself how to like record a song. I taught myself how to like do all these things. Like there is nothing I cannot do.
Right.
And there's nothing that I cannot make happen. Well, okay, maybe there is, but
Yep.
you know, like yeah, like there's I think I felt for a really long time like, when you grow up and you're like the gifted and talented and like blah blah blah, do you know what I mean? Like you get kind of almost this like reputation of being a goody goody or whatever. And then when I didn't go on to like go to college and I didn't go on to like do all these things, you start like feeling dumb.
Like you were a failure.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
And like I'm finally at a point now where like
a failure trying to live up to other people's expectations.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna leave that there.
Yeah. For sure. But
but that's a real good, yeah. True.
And especially when you have family that are so incredibly smart and so, and like they have never in their lives like rubbed it in or done anything like this, you know what I mean? But like, and that I really look up to and things like that. So it's sometimes tough to be that. So but yeah, I mean, heck, I'm even learning computer coding. Like, I'm taking a class doing that, Like,
that's so funny, because I will give you all the stuff from my computer coding class I had to do. I will give you, listen.
But I really love it, and I love learning so much, and it's so cool that now there's so much out there that you can do, and it's pretty cheap. It's not like you don't have to go to college, Like, I am not advocating people not going to college. Like, please don't be like a 17-year-old going, well, Kason.
Right. She lied and she didn't say that.
Right, that's not what
I'll be like, oh shit, it's on video.
Because I am now 42 and just now kind of like reaching a career peak that I need to, you know what I mean? So like there, I took the long way around.
Right.
There are shortcuts, but shorter routes. But yeah, I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I can do what the heck like I want to do and learn anything that I want to learn. In
your time.
Yep.
And in whatever manner you want.
Yep.
Point blank period. Because why? You're your own what? Person. I'm here for that.
So yeah, that's the bad habit I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
That
yes.
nagging thought at the back of your head, like why? Because I'm sorry, I can do it.
Yeah. I honestly, I promise you, that is my exact thing.
Really?
Like,
That's so funny.
Have this thing of self-doubt, but also I decided that I really want to make sure that I am putting myself first.
Yeah, good.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like my biggest,
toughest thing in the world.
The worst habit I have is I put others before me to a fault.
100%. Yeah.
To a fault. To the point where it affects me not only just mentally and physically, but like financially, like everything. And this past year has completely been an eye-opener, and it just made me realize that one, I want to take self-doubt away, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I could have done or things that I should have done, but it was that self-doubt because I didn't think so. Or it was also like me
Or an opportunity you didn't take.
Yeah. It was also me being influenced by like outside voices, you know, being like, oh no, you shouldn't do that.
They're
Or
only thinking of them.
you shouldn't do
wanted
that.
you to think of them.
Yes. And it's just like, you know, like if you're trying to do something for money or you get an opportunity based off of money, like, or whatever the case may be, it's like you're so used to, or not you, I should say me. I was so used to hearing like, you know, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, that I literally was, and not just this past year, but just in general. And I just constantly basically laid my road down for my journey to my own destiny and my own happiness or whatever with other people's bricks.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a
Do you know what I'm saying?
of putting it. That's such a good way of putting it.
And that's literally what I've been doing.
Yeah.
My whole life up until this point. And some of the bricks were mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's my road. So I'm laying them in the direction. So it's like, you know what direction you want to go. Because I'm clearly making the road.
Yep.
Even though I say I don't know where it is leading to, I know it in my self-conscious, my heart of hearts, I know it's going somewhere because I'm laying the bricks down, but I'm using other people's bricks. And I need to use my own supply.
Yes.
And I also need to let others supply me in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And that's where like what you were saying with like not doubting yourself and knowing that like I mean, exactly what you said is what is my driving force, because like, me and Kay have talked, like, we both love music. We both want to do music, you know what I mean? In some sort of capacity, like.
And I'm going to this year.
Yes.
At some point, some way, shape, or form. I don't care how, what, whatever, it's going to happen. Same. It could live in a drawer for the rest of its life. That's okay, because it happens.
Same. And, you know, I haven't had that experience that I've always dreamed of. Like, and I want that this year. Like, I want to have that experience of wholeheartedly being super confident in my voice and in whatever I'm doing. And so the old habit is just self-doubt, gotta go. And also just really believing in the fact that I have a gift. Because I feel like even you, our friends, our family members, there are so many people in this world who are so god darn gifted. Yeah. And they just don't, either they don't know it, or B, they know it, but they don't feel confident enough to like. Yeah. And I feel like it's just, you know, a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that have just passed, and it's just, I'm tired of it. Yeah. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of stressing. And it's like, my biggest quote I've been saying all this past year is that I was not created on this earth. We were not created on this earth to work and die. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. There's got to be something. There's got to be something different. Or if you are, like, if what you're doing for work that you really love and really fulfills you, then that's one thing too. Like, I feel like if I was working as a musician, that would be one thing. But yeah, it's not that 9-to-5 grind. It's important to find something, of course, that you enjoy, but that isn't your life. You know. Yes. You know, you need to find whatever else is outside of it that you can to kind of, you know. Yeah. Yeah. And for us, it's music in this podcast and that sort of thing, you know. It really but for you, it could be photography, it could be painting, it could be, reading, it could be whatever, you know. Right. Anything. I feel that. I'm 100% there. Yeah. And that's honestly where I'm at. Like, this new year, it's just gonna, and it's hard. Yeah. But I'm really gonna have to do things. I'm just stepping out of, like, posting TikToks of me singing. Yeah. I'm sitting there like, you know, people don't post stuff because they're afraid of being judged or whatever, and this and that. But people gonna judge you regardless. People gonna judge this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know. I do. You know what I do have to say? A bit, anyway, my faith in humanity has been restored a bit because we have not had one single awful comment. I'm knocking on air. Right. Because wood burns. That's superstition. But, like, that's amazing to me. So, I mean, and that's a huge thank you to all of you guys because it's been such a great community. 6 months of no bad comments. No bad comments. And nothing but support and love. Yeah. Yeah. That is amazing. That is the what... internet. Right. Of all things. Yeah. That's what she's talking about. That is how I want to live my life.
Yeah.
I want those moments, but all the time in my life.
Yeah. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's just pure positivity and love.
Yeah.
And suggestions.
Yeah.
Like, it's not judgment.
People who want to, like, reach out and be like, oh, I love that scene too. Here's another one you might love. Like, that's exactly what
you guys should do this, or you should do that. Listen.
Yes, please. All of it. Please do that.
So, and listen, mark our words. This time next year, we're gonna do a special episode.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to like compare and see where we were at the end of next year.
Studio. And
claiming it.
Right.
That's another thing I want to do this year. I really want to work on manifesting.
Yeah.
Manifesting and claiming stuff. And for you guys who don't know, maybe you're religious, maybe you're not. It's just the idea of like, your words have power.
Putting it out there in the universe.
That's it.
This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna get.
Yep. And it works the same way.
You have to work towards it. It's not a magical system.
Right. But you also have to realize the same thing works with negativity. Hence why I'm really trying like, oh girl, I can't do that. I'm too big for all that. Yeah. Oh girl, I ain't gonna sing that. I can't be singing like that. I don't be sounding like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do that. Yeah. You can't.
You gotta just do the thing.
Right.
You gotta do it.
You just do it. And
it's the toughest thing in the world, so I am not always doing the thing. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So.
We all have moments where we falter, but it's about getting up and finishing that race. Finishing laying those bricks, but with your own supply.
That's right. I love that metaphor so
Me
much.
too.
So much. Good job. I love it. All right. So you guys tell us what bricks you're laying this year.
Yes. Period. What bricks are you laying, and what music are you playing while you lay them bricks?
I know. Follow the yellow brick.
Right. Hello. It's yellow. Okay. Shit.
That's right.
But we love you guys.
We love you guys so much. Seriously, this has been one of the best things in my life.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I love it. I get to do it with you. I love you so much.
I love you too. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.